The restaurant gleams with opulence. Crystal chandeliers shimmer above white linen tables adorned with flickering candles. Waiters in pressed tuxedos glide through the dining room like ghosts of perfection. A string quartet plays softly in the corner. James Carter, early 40s, stands just inside the entrance, clearly underdressed in a pressed blue shirt and blazer that's seen better days. His brown leather shoes are scuffed, his hands slightly calloused. Beside him is his daughter, Lily, 7, wearing a sparkly purple dress and a paper crown that reads, "Birthday Girl." They step up to the maitre d's podium. The maitre d', Pierre, middle-aged and impossibly polished, looks at them with professional disinterest. "Hi, I know this might sound crazy, but I was hoping you'd have a table for 2. I called earlier, but no one picked up," James says, with a nervous smile. "Do you have a reservation, sir?" Pierre asks dispassionately. "No, I was just trying my luck. It's her birthday. Thought I'd surprise her." Lily grins up at Pierre and gives a shy wave. "Hi, I'm turning 7. Pierre forces a polite smile, but it doesn't reach his eyes. He closes the reservation book with quiet finality. "I'm afraid we are fully committed this evening." "Sir?" "All of our tables are spoken for." "Is there any chance we could just sit near the bar or something? I promise we won't be any trouble." Pierre's gaze sweeps over James's worn blazer and Lily's cardboard crown like an X-ray. He lowers his voice, discreet but firm. "Our clientele expects a certain standard. I'm sure you understand." James stiffens slightly, his smile faltering. He places a gentle hand on Lily's back. "Come on, kiddo. Let's find a place with pancakes and ice cream, huh?" Lily's face falls. She glances longingly at the 8 elegant tables, the sparkling chandeliers, the couples laughing over wine, but she nods bravely. "Okay, Daddy." As they turn to leave, James steals one last look at the dining room, disappointment etched in every line of his face. He's not angry, just defeated. Across the room, at a secluded corner table, Evelyn Sinclair, poised and striking in a black silk evening dress, watches the scene unfold with silent interest. A half-finished glass of champagne sits before her, untouched. She stirs it absent-mindedly, her expression unreadable, until her eyes meet James's as he glances back. A moment lingers. He doesn't recognize her, but something about his gentle demeanor, the way he shields his daughter from the sting of rejection, strikes a chord in her. As James and Lily reach the door, Evelyn sets down her glass. "Not tonight," she whispers to herself. She stands up, straightens her dress, and begins walking toward the exit, toward them. James pushes the heavy double doors open for Lily, the quiet clack of her small shoes echoing on the marble floor as they step into the cool night air. The sky is painted navy blue, the city glowing in golden streaks. James pulls out his phone, searching for a kid-friendly diner nearby. "Excuse me, sir?" James turns. Evelyn stands just inside the door, haloed by the warm restaurant light. Her gray-streaked auburn hair is styled in soft waves, her posture composed yet approachable. I couldn't help overhearing. "It's your daughter's birthday?" Yeah. Yeah, it is. Just thought we'd try something nice." "Well, I have a table all to myself, and I hate eating alone on a celebration night. Perhaps you'd consider joining me." James hesitates, visibly torn. "You don't even know us." "No, but I've eaten enough meals alone to know when I shouldn't, and she looks like someone who deserves cake." She crouches slightly to Lily's level. "Happy birthday, sweetheart. I'm Evelyn." Lily beams. "Hi, I'm Lily." Daddy said we were going to have the fanciest dinner ever. But it's okay. We can do pancakes." Evelyn's eyes flick to James. He looks embarrassed but keeps a calm face, brushing Lily's hair back tenderly. She's easy to please. "So am I. I just like good company." There's a pause. Evelyn straightens. James exhales and glances back at the maitre d's station. Pierre is already pretending not to notice. Pride wrestles with practicality in James's mind. But Lily looks up at him with pleading eyes, and the tiredness behind her birthday crown is too much to ignore. All right. If you're sure? I wouldn't have asked otherwise. The three are seated at a corner table adorned with fine china, sparkling crystal, and a fresh orchid centerpiece. A waiter appears, this time polite, if noticeably confused. We'll have another place setting, please. And bring the dessert menu early. Someone's birthday calls for chocolate, Evelyn says. Lily giggles, clearly enchanted. You really didn't have to do this, James says. You look like a man who rarely lets anyone do anything for him. Just let me. For tonight. As dinner begins, conversation unfolds with surprising ease. Evelyn asks Lily about school, what cartoons she likes, what her favorite animal is. James watches quietly, a soft smile forming as Lily opens up to this stranger with unexpected trust. And what about you? What do you do when you're not being the world's most determined dad? Evelyn asks. I run a contracting business. Small stuff, renovations, repairs. Started it after things changed. I know how that is. The main course has come and gone. Plates now sit with elegant remnants, half-finished filet mignon, a few asparagus spears, Lily's untouched side of risotto. The odd waiter quietly clears the table, leaving a glowing candle and the remains of a triple-layered chocolate birthday cake. Lily, now sleepy from sugar and excitement, leans against James's side, her head nestled into the crook of his arm. Her paper crown has slipped to one side. That's about how I measure success these days, if she falls asleep happy. You've done well. My husband, Charles, used to bring me here every spring. This was our place. We always sat. At this table, actually. This exact table? Every year. It became tradition. After he passed, I couldn't bring myself to come back. Until tonight. I get that. I haven't been back to the lake house since my wife passed. It was our last vacation before the chemo started. I've been meaning to, for Lily's sake. But I guess I still talk myself out of it. How long has it been? 4 years this summer. Lung cancer. She never smoked a day in her life. Sorry, that's a hell of a thing to drop at a dinner table. No, don't apologize. Real stories belong at dinner tables. That's where people are supposed to remember each other. Yeah, you stop planning ahead. Every day is just get through today. And then someone surprises you. Opens a door you didn't knock on. She's lucky, you know. That little girl, she'll grow up remembering how hard you tried for her, even if you never feel like you're doing enough. I just don't want her to remember the sad parts. I want her to remember she was loved all the way through. She will, I promise you, she will. Outside, it begins to rain lightly, soft drops tapping against the window panes. Inside, two people who came to this place with ghosts find, in each other, the first signs of life beyond loss. The rain has softened to a fine mist, leaving the pavement slick and glistening under the amber glow of street lamps. Cars hum quietly in the distance. The city has quieted, and time feels slower, more deliberate. James stands at the curb beside his aging SUV, holding Lily gently in his arms. She's still sound asleep. He opens the back door and buckles her in, tucking her coat around her like a blanket. Evelyn watches nearby, her arms wrapped lightly around herself. Thank you again. For tonight. I don't know what would have happened if you hadn't said something. I didn't really plan to. I just saw something familiar. Something honest. She'll remember tonight. Not the rejection, but the chocolate cake, and the nice lady who saved her birthday. Good. That's the only part worth remembering. James, I don't make a habit of inviting strangers into my life, but, well, maybe that's the problem. She reaches into her clutch and pulls out a small card. I make dinner every Friday. It's nothing 5-star, but the wine's decent, and I'm told my lasagna has healing properties. James takes the card. He studies it, then looks back up at her with a trace of a grin. We'll bring dessert. Deal. You know, I haven't seen someone look at me the way you did tonight in a long time, like I wasn't just surviving. That's because you weren't. You were giving. That's what I saw. Good night, Evelyn. Good night, James. Drive. Safe. He gets into the car. Lily stirs in the back seat but doesn't wake. Evelyn steps back toward the curb as the SUV pulls away, taillights glowing red in the misty dark. She watches until they disappear around the corner. Then, for the first time in years, she smiles not because of memory, but because of possibility.